watching ISTV English News. Catch Mary, first the top headlines. Social Welfare Director and blind school head mistress suspended to facilitate fair probe in minor girls rape case, says Minister Mirabai. Now the news in detail. Social Welfare Minister A.K. Mirabai has said that Director of Social Welfare Department L. Ibobi and Headmistress of the Idle Blind School Takelpat W. Bino Kumari were placed under suspension from service to facilitate a free and fair probe in the incident of rape of a minor girl student studying in the same school by its watchman. The minister said this while speaking at a function held at the Pari Imom Singdam Shang Langzing to encourage students of the school who have passed class 10 examination this year. Chairman of the school S. Merazao Maitei, Pradhan of the local Gram Panchayat and other distinguished persons also took part in the function as the main guest. Students who scored high percentage of marks in the examination were honored by giving awards and citations. Speaking on the occasion, Minister Mirabai reaffirmed that education plays the most important role in bringing development in a society. Without developing education, developing a state is impossible. The state government has initiated steps to save the students from degradation in moral behaviors, though they are getting improved in education. The present government is taking up steps to promote and encourage good schools irrespective of government or private, the minister said. She further said that the recent incident of rape of a minor girl student of the Tagepal Blind School is really shocking as woman herself. In order to make way for an independent investigation in the incident, the Director of Social Welfare Department and the Headmistress of the Blind School were placed under suspension, she said.
Principal anibu matamna suspension tawguna ngachidi matamna te darkar hoiba makoi leiba kari asoibadagi ngasi aikoina lapses leibino haido apung thana chijinba yana bagi damakta koi kana honari.
Secretary of RIMS Nurses Association K.H. Meena today categorically stated that even if all the nurses of RIMS were to be suspended, the strike will not be withdrawn. Secretary Meena said this while addressing a meeting of the nurses held at the community hall of Uripok Bachaspati Laikai in protest against the suspension of a few selected nurses who are launching a strike demanding implementation of full RR at the RIMS hospital. She further said that the strike is not against the rules or communities. The nurses are only demanding full implementation of the RR in the institute and make a proper seniority list. To this, suspension of a few selected nurses in the form of intimidating the entire nurses is condemnable. Even if the authority wants to suspend all the nurses, the strike will not be withdrawn at all, she said.
Nursing sister amagi promotion amukha khanna sumasi promotion labasibu stay tawbiyu natraga keep events thambiyu haibasi bana kana chatan distance akoi di centrally norm chatpada yaning de haiba kaisu laigi de ngasi bokta janari ba reservation chanagani haiba reservation policy du follow tawbiyu maduda magi phangam thopa mapadu khaja pachana phangam tawda ku promotion piba matamda lamna pibiganu haibasi koi na ngasi kana stand tawjari di
Anoi khungjang hi karai bok changhan yani
akoi khungjang si akoi na taliba demand si phangdu bok changhan gi
Manipur Mountaineering and Trekking Association MMTA is organizing its second trip to Juko Valley trekking program on June 19. A press release issued by the association informed that this is the last blooming period of Juko lily. Interested persons may contact the association for further details before June 17. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, on his first foreign visit to Bhutan after taking over the post, received the red carpet welcome at the Thimphu airport today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has started his two-day tour of Bhutan, his first foreign destination since he took over, with a focus on making development cooperation with the neighboring country more effective. Ahead of his visit, Mr. Modi has said Bhutan was a natural choice as his first foreign destination because of the unique and special relationship. He is accompanied by External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and Foreign Secretary Sujata Singh. He will meet Bhutan's King Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuk and Prime Minister Shering Tobgay during his two-day visit, which will see the two sides exploring ways to boost their ties, particularly in trade and hydroelectricity. Mr. Modi will also address the joint session of the Parliament of Bhutan. He will also inaugurate one of India's assistance projects, the building of the Supreme Court of Bhutan. The fact that the Prime Minister chose Bhutan as his first foreign destination assumes significance since China has lately intensified efforts to woo it and established full-fledged diplomatic ties with Thimphu. The United States has ordered an aircraft carrier, the USS George H.W. Bush, into the Gulf in response to the crisis in Iraq, the Pentagon said Saturday. The order will provide the Commander-in-Chief additional flexibility should military options be required to protect American lives, citizens and interests in Iraq. Rear Admiral John Kirby, the Pentagon spokesman, said. Ordered by Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel, the moves comes amid calls for airstrikes to blunt a lightning offensive by Sunni Islamic militants that threatens Baghdad and the country's Shiite-led government. US President Barack Obama said Friday the United States would not send in US ground troops, but that he was weighing all other options. The Bush is being accompanied by two other warships, the guided missile cruiser USS Philippine Sea and the guided missile destroyer USS Truxtun, Kirby said in a statement. Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Veerbhadra Singh has said the drowning of 24 students in Beas River was not caused by negligence on the part of authorities. 25 people were washed away at Thalaut in Mandi district when water was released into the river without warning from a hydropower project on June 8, Sunday. 24 engineering students from the VNR Vignana Jyoti Institute of Engineering and Technology in Hyderabad and a tour operator were washed away into the turbulent river by a wall of water while they were busy clicking photographs near the Largi hydropower project. A probe is going on and conclusions can be drawn only after that, Mr. Singh told reporters on Saturday. Defense Minister Arun Jaitley, who is currently on a two-day visit to Srinagar, today said that violations along the line of control or LOC must stop and that in itself was a confidence-building measure. Without naming anyone, he said there are forces which are inimical to India, which would not like peace to continue. Talks and aggression can't go together. For the situation to normalize, it is important for the ceasefire violations to stop, said Mr. Jaitley. Responding to a query on the possibility of talks with separatists, he said, "We are willing to hold talks with anyone who respects the Constitution and India's sovereignty." The horrific crimes against women just refuse to cease. On Tuesday, a tribal woman was allegedly gang raped by 10 men, including her husband, in Madhya Pradesh, Bhilai Borkhedi village. She was also allegedly made to drink urine and paraded semi-naked in the village. A few months ago, the woman and her husband had a dispute over a piece of land, following which he allegedly attacked her with an axe. The woman registered a complaint with the police and then moved into her parents' house in another village, along with her 10-year-old son. On Tuesday night, the woman's husband allegedly asked her to meet him in their village to reach a compromise in the axe attack case. When the woman and her son reached their husband's village, they were allegedly tied up and locked in a storeroom by the husband and 9 other men. The woman was then allegedly thrashed and gang raped. On the other hand, a 32-year-old woman was allegedly held captive and gang raped by 3 persons, including the son of a policeman in the Bisoli area in Badaun, police said today. According to Senior Superintendent of Police L.R. Kumar, the victim was, along with her 2 children, taken to an under-construction house by one Himanshu, where she had gone out to purchase medicines on Friday night. The victim alleged that Himanshu, the son of a policeman, locked her up with the children in the house and left only to return later with 2 aides to gang rape her, the SSP said. To wrap up the headlines once again, Social Welfare Director and blind school headmistress suspended to facilitate fair probe in minor girls rape case, says Minister Mirabai. Well, that's all we have for the moment. Stay tuned and keep watching.